Yeah, so the Magic Arm sound, I guess, is, I don't know, on my MySpace it's folk, pop, electronic. So using that sort of folk element with hints of electronic music.
I started listening to your world, so underground, then always you saw it. You can seem hard to recall, you keep moving and keep it from love. We hear a sound.
Last year was a good year. My album came out in May, and from that I was offered a tour with Camera Obscura, European tour, so I went on that for 6 weeks. That was a really good experience. I did that on my own and just travelled on all the train network around Europe. Then a week later I went on a tour of my own around Germany, and it's something I'd like to do again, but maybe take someone with me next time. I think the pros and cons of doing it on your own are that you probably spend too much time on your own, and it's hard to sort of say stop, when you get into a rut, and that's probably the hardest thing. But then with that you've got the freedom to do what you want. It just sort of forces you to come up with your own ideas, and I quite like that, the fact that you get in a room and you have to really work it out yourself. I played with Iron and Wine. I supported them at the Ritz. And yeah, he just seemed to like what I was doing, and then he said that I was the master of the loop pedal, which I'm not sure he watched the whole set, but maybe he caught me on a good 30 seconds or so. My inspirations at the moment are people like Andrew Bird. He's like an American songwriter, plays violin, and bands like, I listened to a lot of 10cc whilst writing this new album. Got kind of like a playful element to their music, and harmonies are really well constructed, and it's all really well thought out. It goes on a kind of a nice journey. The same with Andrew Bird. But then stuff like Roots Maneuver, I really like the kind of bass end in that. I came up to Manchester because I studied photography, so I did that for a few years, and then, I don't know, I couldn't really bring myself to leave after that. It does help people, because there's so many people in place you can always get a gig, you can always, there's recording studios all over the place, and there's musicians all over the place that you can get in and help. So I think, yeah, I can't imagine living anywhere else. I was into football in the 80s, and my favourite player back then was Jan Molby. He seemed to be good at everything. I never saw him in goal, but yeah, I just like the way he could kind of handle any situation. He could score a goal, he could defend, he could work hard. I'm not saying that's that's me, but if I was a footballer, I would want to be him, yeah. I guess the creative side is the thing that kind of drives you along. I found it quite hard to start from fresh, on album number 2. It's like a blank canvas, and it's almost too blank. You kind of need somewhere to start from, so I've given myself 3 months this year to try and work on something new, maybe approach it in a different direction.